I took a number of paths into the to the image. I'm not sure how you actually did a fairly. I mean, picking out the boy and the dog in the distance, and there's some others that suggest that there was a high level of sort of like detective work going on, looking at every element of the picture that could provide some information that would be useful to the storyteller. So I looked at this and I said, well, I had a setting. It's a woodland setting. I had a young girl, so I knew the approximate age of the character. She was dressed in a white shirt, which I found odd, and I wondered if Burdick meant by that she was perhaps a private school student, or that she'd been sent away to
possibly from the Upper East Side.
And the other thing that struck me as odd was that she was given a very large right hand, and I wondered, well, was that simply an error on the part of Burdick? Was he not as good a draftsman as I'd given him credit for?
It's kind of creepy. She's got a giant hand now that you mention it.
Or was it just a foreshortening problem? Because sometimes when you draw and something's a little closer to the picture plane, it gets a little bit larger. And so I wondered if this was a story that Burdick had written about a girl who had unusually large hands. And I thought, no.
No, the guy's just a bad drawer.
He doesn't draw very well. So I took those elements, the girl. It's not really possible, I think, to look at a face and make a lot of. Well, I take that back. I mean, I think it's possible to take a random series of photographs, give them to someone who's been charged with simply tell me something about this character. And you make all sorts of assumptions on the face that you're looking at. I mean, you hear people say, well, that's an intelligent face. Well, what are they talking about? They're sort of reading things, projecting, because it's a photograph. They can't talk, you know.